Yeah. Hello, everyone. Nice to see that lots of people have joined before I have joined. Sounds interesting. Is it because that we are on the verge of completing the course? That's why you want to get rid of me at the earliest, or anything else? Nation wants to know what exactly it is. Good afternoon, all. Yeah, am I audible? Okay. Yeah, to get rid of online lectures or to get rid of Deepak sir? See, online lectures, that is a mask. That is concerned with everybody. I am concerned with myself. So I don't know about me, right? What is about the rest? There's a different story. Oh, thank you. That was the expected one, Diga. Maybe this may be the last lecture or the second last lecture. Fine. That will be decided by today's class. Because day after tomorrow, we have maybe after that on second, we got a Viva for this week. So this week would be the last week for you people. I got a surprise for you people today. If you agree to that surprise, we'll have lecture tomorrow. Or if you do not agree to that, that lecture will go to Nirav sir. Fine. So that depends on you people's decision. Fine. Okay. So let's come back to the point. The agenda of today. What I want to talk about today is, first of all, what will be asked in Viva, which kind of questions, what would be there, uh, each and every detail that you should know, you need to know, that I'll tell you today, right? This is the first agenda of today's class. Second is the follow-up of assignments. Fine. So I want to know from you people, from the horse's mouth itself, that there are people who are remaining to submit. I could come to know that there are few students who have submitted but somewhere else. Fine. So if you could not submit it, you can submit it by today. I'll consider it. There's no problem. And if you have any question or query regarding that assignment business, right, we'll discuss about it in the second, as a second agenda point. Point number 3 is, if you have any question, query, doubts related to the entire syllabus, right? Entire syllabus, because last time you had studied the question paper. If I had told you to refer to the question paper, GTU paper, you would not have studied, scanned such minute way the way you have done in the last session, right? So that was the reason why I brought in this Bloom's taxonomy. I gave you some gyan about Bloom's taxonomy, and you could come to know that, okay, this is how papers are set and what is expected from us as a student, right? As exam taker. And then I want to talk about the next part, the surprise. I have kept it last, right? So first 35 minutes, 40 minutes, we'll talk about this agenda, and whenever time permits, right, we'll talk about that thing. I can give you one clue. I want to talk about Google, fine, and machine learning, which is there in, people talk a lot about this machine learning, AI, augmented reality, AR, VR. So I want to talk about that one, and that will definitely directly come from Google, right? So there's a small story that I want to share with you people, and I want you people to be the part of that. So that would be the last part of today's agenda. Okay, so we start with the first thing first. What would be asked in assignments and this Viva, right? Should I wait for some time? Because there are 44 people. If I exclude me, there's 43 out of 70. So we are more than half the class. If somebody is about to join, we can wait for 2-3 minutes, or if you say we can continue. And what majority says, we'll consider that one. Yeah. Who is CR of the class? Online CR? Henil. Okay. Henil, accept your last dialogue when we complete the class, when we conclude the class. What do you suggest? Should we wait for some people or should we go ahead? Okay. Thank you, Rutvi. Okay. First thing is, I would like to ask you people that there are these people remaining. So I guess one student called me and she asked me that she has already submitted. So is there anybody whose name is there and that student has submitted? Is Niyati present today in today's class? Niyati, have you submitted your assignments? Okay, beta, no issue. Mithul, is Mithul present today? Mithul. Okay, who is Mithul's best friend? Right? I'll give that assignment to that student, right? Bhavesh Khara is present. No, Bhavesh is absent. Mithul, is Mithul present today? Can I find Mithul in the list? No, Mithul is also absent. So Mithul's best friend can take up the charge and show your friendship. Shyam is present today. Shyam, what is the status of your assignments? Very quickly, if you can tell me. Shyam, over to you, Shyam. Yes. So have you submitted your assignments or you are about to submit your assignments? Fine. Sounds good. What about the rest? Can you please tell me? Karnavi, Satish, and Darshit. I could find that Bhavesh was present for a while and Bhavesh again left. Mithul was present, Mithul left. Okay. Okay. So is Karnavi, Satish, and Darshit? Are they present or not? No. Okay. Satish. Satish. Satish is absent. Karnavi. Karnavi is also absent. Fine. Okay. So now I'll share with you people that what I'm going to ask you people, right? Okay. Now looking at this current situation of pandemic, there is a possibility that we may not go with this theory exam, which is expected there, right? So in that case, we may have this online exam, right? Okay, so considering that thing, what I'm going to share with you people is we'll ask questions, right? We'll have questions basically of MCQ type questions and short answer questions of 3 marks. Fine. So I'm going to share with you people those things. So that will help you to understand that what exactly I'm going to ask you people, right? Fine. So if you look at this MCQs, right? So more or less, if you look at our application, the application we have created, Google, right? If you look at those applications in that way, everything will be considered, everything will be covered in that way. But here, apart from that, I'm sharing with you people some of the examples. That these are the MCQ types of questions. There are 60 questions. This questions are there, so this can be there, right? So if you look at it, simply you will get to know that they're very easy one. Fine. Right. So more or less what we have done during our sessions, unit tests, it is there. Fine. So it would be there. There is no need to worry about it. Okay. Then unit wise, there are questions. The questions of big and 8 marks, 4 marks, 3 marks. So I'll show some of the questions like define term communication. Now you understand what do you mean by define. Define is related to remembering, right? This question can be asked for 8 marks, right? Okay, so such kind of things will be there. Okay, then what do you mean by process of communication, right? Define the term kinesics, right? Not on paralanguage. Explain the significance of intercultural, interpersonal communication. What is paralanguage? What is their advantages and limitations? Why feedback is called the reversal process? Right or not on characteristics of communication, facial expressions, gestures, postures, right? Decoding, channel, feedback. Right, what is the right note on quality and volume of elements of paralanguage? So once you have studied paralanguage, it's easy for you to understand, because once you study the entire entire question, then part of that question will not disturb you, will not trouble you, I guess, right? Likewise, then this is justify with reference to with reference to body language. Your body speaks before you speak, the way I told you. So here it is their introduction, non-verbal, head, eye. You can talk about this. What is encoding, decoding, such kind of things. So unit wise, there are questions. Fine. That I'm going to share with you people. Right now, you can look at it. Prepare a technical description of any one tool mechanism. This I cannot ask you because this requires different ideas, different things. So it is a more of type writing. It's not oral one. So unit 2 will have less questions, which is purely about that. Yeah, but I can ask you that, what is the difference between, what are different types of date lines? What is the difference between American method and British method of date line, right? Which is there, it comes in there, right? What are the elements of, or what is the layout of letter writing, right? So basic things I can ask you, which you need to answer. Unit number 3 is technical communication. Fine. So in that technical communication, you can see that here there are questions. Here there will be more types of questions will be asked. Right. For example, what are the basic elements of public speaking? Right. Difference between public speaking and a presentation. Right. What are the elements or tips for effective communication, effective presentation? Such kind of thing can be there. Right? So this can be asked. Explain the objectives of interview. Write a note on various types of questions asked in a job interview, like that. Prepare a detailed note on techniques for effective facing of job interview. But I can ask you simple thing: what is body language and all this? Importance of body language in what we call it, job interview, or what are the few 4 things that you need to consider while appearing for a job interview, like that. It is more on your common sense, right? Then unit number 4 is ethics in engineering. So define ethics, give suitable examples. So what are the ethical things, right? So ethics versus what we call tradition versus virtues, values, right? So we can talk about it. So enlist the scope of engineering ethics, right? So what are the scopes about it, right? When you share your responsibility, what are the benefits of it, right? Then list the code of ethics for engineering, right? For engineers rather. Ethical dilemmas, what are dilemmas? You can give example of one ethical dilemma that we talked about, different case studies. Fine. So in this way, this will be types of questions. I cannot share all the questions, right? But I can give you the glimpse of it. But these are the types of things we'll ask, right? If you talk about unit number 5, etiquettes, so define etiquettes and list of few types of etiquettes. What are telephone etiquettes? So we have done this activities, different types of telephone etiquettes. We have done that activity, so you know that about, right? And you can talk about it. The questions which are of 4 marks generally can be asked, right? List of few telephone etiquettes. I can ask you that, okay, tell me 4 etiquettes related to telephone, right? 4 etiquettes related to online interview, 4 etiquettes related to small talks. In that way, I can ask you. Fine. Write a short note on change. What is change? What is grow? What is persist? So each word, right? So each word, you can define that word, and that job is done. Right? So this is the thing. Okay. Now you can please write clear if it is clear with you people. Great. Okay. Now we have 20 students, 20 plus students, 20 to 23 students in one lab, right? And the time given for one lab is 120 minutes. So we considered effective 100 minutes for one batch. And we consider there are 25 students in one batch. So in that way, every student will get time somewhere around 3 to 5 minutes, not more than that. Right? In 3 to 5 minutes time, what can I ask you? I can ask you 2 to 3 questions, not more than that, right? So what I'm thinking is I can ask you 3 questions. right? What you can do is, you can, for example, if I ask you a question, if you know the answer, you can answer the question. If you do not know exactly that, so there is no way out of blue that you ask something and I don't know at all, you can say pass. You say pass, I'll ask you another question. That means for every student I will have 5 questions. 2 questions will be there for reserved. If you cannot answer one question, I can ask you. So 3 questions per student and 2 questions in buffer. I'll have 5 questions. Out of 5, you need to answer 3. Fine? To pass this Viva. Is it clear with everybody? Right? You can give me thumbs up. Right? You can give that thumbs up in the comment box. Or you can write done so that I can understand, okay, you got it. Fine. Yeah, even you can write clear, I don't mind it, right? But I need to understand that, okay, I'm communicating with you people. Okay, so can we move it with the next phase? Okay, great. So there is no problem with questions, right? It will be there based on whatever we have discussed, we have talked. So there is no problem. There is no need to worry about it. There is no need to take pain about it, right? Okay, I'll ask you questions from your even assignments too. Fine. So whatever you have written, whatever you have submitted, it will be there from there. 5 questions. If you know first answer, if you answer all 3 questions first, you are free. If you don't know, you can pass the question. I can ask you another one. A simple strategy for a Viva, right? I don't want your Viva to be panic one, right? I want your Viva to be pleasant one. Fine. So you must be smiling. You must be enjoying. At the time of you completing your Viva, and at the same time, it should be a quality Viva. Whatever you deserve, you should get marks for that. Fine. This is what I wanted to talk about. Okay. So done. Now for assignments, even I have talked with assignments. So there are few students, right? If you do not submit your assignments, I'll not take your Viva. Number one. Fine. So to appear for your Viva, it is required that you submit your assignments, right? I told you that it was 5th September when you were required to submit your assignments. Now it is 5th December, right? So I've given you enough time to submit this, to submit the quality work. So there is no question that you can ask for, you can beg for any extension. Fine. Yeah. Is there anybody who could not complete all 3 courses from Coursera, and that student could complete only one course or 2 course, right? Or they could not go with 3. So please let me know in advance. Fine, because it's a part of our strategy for giving you marks. Fine. So assignment related, if you have any question or query, next 5-6 minutes is dedicated for that. You can tell me, you can ask me. Everyone? Those who have no doubts, queries, they can write no queries for assignments. Please type no queries for assignments because I'm recording this session. So I need to know that. No queries for assignments. If you have any query regarding assignments, please mention it. So those who don't have any doubts and they're writing, the people who are not replying, what should I consider? I want everybody's reply. I'm going to map everything, mind it. From day one to today till date, I'm going to map each and every activity. So I need answers, please. And I'm not going to make you bore, torture you people for more time. It's the last week. Great. Fine. Thank you, Parth. At last you replied. Remaining one, kindly do it in 1 minute time. Fine. Then I guess we are through it. There's no problem. Almost everybody says there's no query, and nobody said there's a query. So no news is a good news. Fine. Now I want to ask you people that how excited are you people to know about machine learning or anything that directly comes from Google or something like that? Because we are on the last phase, because I told you that we'll take around 30-35 minutes for discuss our things. Considering you people and you have proved yourself consistently that you people are excellent in replying, because when I schedule it, that I planned that okay, I'll take around 35 minutes and I complete in 30 minutes time. So that is the advantage of teaching this to the class which is worthy of sharing knowledge. Okay. If you remember, I told you that I'm going to tell you something about my association with Google. Fine. So I'm very proud to share with you people that I've been working with Google for last few months, actually, right? And the thing is that they have got one beautiful concept. Fine. And I thought that you people are the right people to share with that. So I'm going to share a few things, right, with you people. And then I'll tell you that what exactly my role is, what they have given to me, right? And what we can do and what together we can do something related to that one. So just give me a moment. I'll get back to you with, because I want to share something with you people, right?
You've heard of machine learning.
Okay, so here we go. Okay.
But what is it? Machine learning is a technique that allows...
Is it audible to everybody? When I played the video, could you listen to it? Yeah, okay, fine. I'll go ahead then. No problem. I'll go ahead with that.
Computers to acquire skills by looking at several examples instead of through sets of rules. Machine learning makes it easier for you to do things every day, like searching for photos of what you love, speaking to anyone in any language, and getting you exactly where you want to go, anywhere in the world. So how do machines learn? In machine learning, computers find, identify, and learn common patterns through sets of data. For example, showing a computer many images of cars teaches it how to recognize a car in any picture. The more variety of car images you show it, the better it gets at recognition. That's why your contributions to the crowdsourced app are important. They help create and verify accurate examples for computers to learn, which in turn enables features that benefit everyone. When you verify image labels, you help apps like Google Photos and Google Lens get better at classifying photos and identifying objects. When you label the sentiment of sentences, you help Google Maps and Google Play organize reviews in your language. When you verify translations, you help Google Translate make more accurate translations in your language. So your favorite apps get better for everyone, thanks to you. As part of the global crowdsourced community, you're joining contributors in your country and throughout the world to contribute millions of examples. Your responses are combined with thousands of other users' answers to determine a best response, which is called ground truth. The ground truth is fed to machine learning models that find patterns to learn specific skills, such as how to identify cars in a photo, or how to translate from one language to another. What a machine learns is limited by the data it's given. If we develop an image recognition algorithm with images from only a small part of the world, it will only recognize objects from that part of the world. In order for apps like Photos to work well for everyone, we must train machines using images from every part of the world. By using crowdsource, you're representing your region, language, and opinions in training data. Thank you for being a part of the community.
Okay. So let me tell you, there is echo, but I'll share the details soon with you people. What I want to share with you people is this one. Mm, you can see that before 2 hours only, we got it. I got this mail. Fine. This is directly. Okay, so Nikhil is the person who looks after this one is a project manager, and I am in a close with lots of people over there from Google community and their Google office, India office. Fine, and they want me to be the mentor of their influencers. The steps are there. You need to contribute. After contribution, you become influencer, and then you become the mentor for the influencer. So they have asked me that I can be the mentor for the influencers, and I can do that. So what exactly this community do is, whenever we are stuck up somewhere, we consult Google, we search in Google. Now, who are the people who validate and authenticate this data? There are lots of contributors. They do it from backend, right? This is non-monetary work. You not get paid for it, but there is a lots of recognition. There are lots of people across the world. I can tell you that in a 2 months time, I could develop my network across Asia. Across Asia, I tell you. Fine. And when you get recognition from Google, that is altogether a different story, right? So what I was thinking is, after asking the people that this is what the thing is, I can share you. I'm authorized to share the details how this crowdsource activities, this community works. I am authorized to share with you people by Google, but I want you people to understand that from the horse's mouth. Hello, right? That what exactly they say. Am I audible? Okay, fine, great. Okay, fine. So what I wish is, if you wish to people, if you wish to have interaction, because the way we had interaction with Herschel directly from my go, fine, because he is my student, you are my students. I believe that my job is to connect my students. Fine. So I thought that if I ask Nikhil to come to the board tomorrow for in our lecture, I'll ask him, right? If it's he promised me that he'll be available wherever I ask him. Fine. So the people over there, they respect me a lot. Fine. So he told me that I'm available, and I will wherever you say, I will join online. There is no problem. So if your people are agree that wish to know about this, more about this, what exactly this how crowdsource work, and what Google community does, and more about machine learning. But my objective is, because you are from computer engineering, and if you do something in association with Google, definitely Nikhil can be the source with whom you can go ahead with Google, right? You can have more projects about Google, you can know about Google, and that can be one strong link, right, that you can have, fine, to interact with those people. This is the only motive that why I'm trying to incorporate or bridge. I'm trying to be bridge with you at Google, because being computer engineer, who doesn't want to work with Google, right? That's definitely, that goes without saying. So this is what a small step, but a concrete one, that can help you towards that journey. Fine, it's about networking, right? So that's the reason. So if you say that tomorrow, for for half an hour or so, if you wish, right, I can ask him that he can join and he can directly talk with. And if you have any questions, query regarding crowdsource, you can talk to him and we can go ahead. So this is what I wanted to share with you people. Right. Otherwise, we can also do something. I wanted to organize a kind of common meeting with everybody where everybody can join. But I thought that I want to do it specifically for my EC1 class, because you are being my students. It's your right to have that exclusive things to to get it first. Then we can think of organizing such kind of meetings. And I want you people to be influencer, right? It's not just a contributor, but you do something in this area and you get some recognition. Just imagine that when you're working somewhere or applying for interview, and where it is mentioned that you are a contributor or you are influencer, you're associated with Google in any of the ways, that can definitely help you, right? This is my understanding. That's why I ask you. So please tell me, let me know that what should I do? Should we invite Nikhil tomorrow in the session? Because Nirav sir asked me that he is looking for extra lectures. Last week I conducted his 2 sessions, so he wanted it in a as a what we call it, barter system, right? But I told him I put it on hold, and that's why today I asked, because before asking you people, if I invite somebody to the class, that doesn't look good. Fine. So I want you people to unmute your mic, some of you people, and tell me, right? So that I can confirm it and I can go ahead with it. So Vrunda, Disha, Keval, and Lisa, only 4 people are interested. So if everybody is interested, in that case, I can invite him here on this platform, or I can have another Google Meet where I can invite all my students and we can go for it. We have got 2 options. So tomorrow is the first day of this December, so we can beat by with some good things. Okay. It's taking so much time to type yes. Great. Okay. Fine. And I'll also ask you people that you make a list of your friends from other batches, from other colleges, right? We'll definitely have series of meetings. Fine. Where I'll ask you, that will invite people, and we want to make sure that, we have got strong bonding from Saurashtra. There's nobody there, right? I tell you that there are 10 people, 10 or 12 people across Asia, right? Who have reached to the milestone where I have reached, right? In contributing this crowdsource, right? So definitely whatever I have earned, and with my influence, with my reference, if I can be benefited with you people, I can give you something, or I can transfer that benefit to you people. I feel that it is my duty. It is not the completing syllabus, but it's definitely to guide you people. This is what I personally believe. So there are more or less everybody says that we should go for it. So we'll definitely, I'll ask Nirav sir to manage something else. I'll conduct tomorrow's 1 to 2 class, and I'll ask Nikhil to remain present tomorrow, and he'll also talk with the people. Fine. One thing, and I guess everybody has crossed 18 then in age, right? Everybody is 18 plus, right? Almost everybody. Yep. So there is no problem, right? The fundamental condition is that the attendee should be 18 plus. There is no problem. No, if you're on verge of completing 18, there is no problem. Fine. So you'll need just only one email ID, that is your Gmail ID, and with that you can win the world, right? Okay. So tomorrow, 1 o'clock, I'll try to drag him to our Google Meet, and you come with some interesting questions. You also search about crowdsource. You also download this crowdsource application. You contribute there. You just browse those details. Fine. So you can have some questions, genuine questions. You can answer these questions, right? So this is a small homework from my side, which can definitely help you to reach to the next level. Okay, fine. So now it's time for the closing remarks. So who will be there to share the closing remarks? Two volunteers to share the closing remarks. After that, I'll ask you to submit your enrollment numbers for attendance purpose. Oh, yes, Runda, please.
Thank you, sir, for the best ever session of 2020, I guess, because we never got something really very interesting in uh, lately. I mean, this whole semester. Personally, I'm very excited for tomorrow's session. Being an IT student, who doesn't dream of uh, working with Google?
Right, right.
Yes. Um, so yes, today's session was all about Viva and this super exciting session for tomorrow. Thank you so much, sir.
Right.
Such a good guide for us, all of us, and personally my mentor.
Yes. It's a see, teachers are by default mentor, fine. It is a part of the duty to teach students, to share students. No, I tell you that nowadays, if you refer newspapers, you will find my name. One of my the way, if you remember, I had gifted you one pen. Had I or not? On my birthday, I had gifted you a pen. If you remember, fine. Because we have 10 minutes to go. Within 10 minutes, we have to complete the session, right? So if you remember that, so two students, they scaled it up to a level, and they have become the talk of the town nowadays. So my job was to push them that you go ahead, I'm with you, and that worked, right? So that is the thing. Okay, Vrunda, it's time for a victim shopping. So who will speak the next one?
I guess my classmates are going to kill me.
See, I'm trying to strengthen your relationships, right? That no Deepak sir can help you to disturb your that strong bondage. Fine. You think about it, Brinda. By the time I ask you that, is there anybody who would like to share about this tomorrow's session, today's session, briefly in 3 minutes, 2 minutes time, or a few sentences? You can raise your hand or you can unmute your mic and speak. There's no problem. Dhaval or Yash? Hanil has nominated you people. Fine. In that case, we'll to go with first strategy. Vrunda, nominate one. Yes, 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 Hanil. It's about them. Exactly, exactly. I got it. So I'm in the class right now, so my focus is my students. So yeah, that's why. That about pen thing. Exactly, exactly. That's the thing. Parth, where are you, Parth? Parth is always my last hope, unfailing one. I too, I too, but it will take some time. If you have spared some energy, you can. See, I want to give chance to somebody, but who is that somebody? When we decide that somebody will do it, and in that case, nobody does it.
Dirga is going to make it.
Okay, Dirga. Dirga, enrollment number 1. Dirga, Disha, Rusty, is Rusty present or not? Sanjana, okay, Sanjana is not feeling well. I got to know from it. But if she can speak, Nupur, Lisa, lots of people, Jai. See, before I fell down and become unconscious because of starving. Right? Let me have somebody to complete this task. Sham, Keval, anyone? Khushi, Jenny, Shreyash, Niyati, Kranal, Amit, Ankit, Man, Nishita, Anand, Nemish, Niloni, Nupur, Shyam, Dirga. Okay. I took a virtual tour of the class to find out Mohit, Isha, Harjit, Bapu. It's time to show. Harjit, I know that you never let me down. Come on. Jay will speak tomorrow, but you speak today. I personally wish, Harjit, that you share. 1 minute. Thank you, Jay, for your support. Harsh. Fine. Okay. No worries. From the day one, our strategy is not to force anyone, right? Because you are my kids, and if you have something to say, you will definitely say, right? Even if I stop you people, you will say, because you people are like that. No worries. Okay. So everyone, you write down your enrollment numbers quickly, right? Yeah. Thank you, Anil. Disha, please write entire number, because I need to software through software I map it. So otherwise it will say it will show as absent. So I expect at least 50 people tomorrow for the meeting and all this, right? If he says anything, if it is not available also, in that case we will give that session to Nirav sir. Otherwise I'll be there, right? But I'll update UI on WhatsApp. But you download the application and you go through it, you search about it, that will help you to understand tomorrow more about it. Yes, it's crowdsource. Okay, so it's have a nice day, everybody. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.